Welcome to Joffy Noodle Legs and the Horror House.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another film review. Tonight we're looking at a video nasty. You know, I am working my way through them eventually. If you go over my channel, there's quite a few video nasty reviews. And tonight we're looking on a very strange and very bizarre and very disturbing one called Possession. Now, this is an Umbrella Entertainment release of the film, obviously an Australian version. I got this version because the UK version, I believe, was on Second Sight, is out of print, and it goes for absolutely stupid money. Let's have a look at the special features on the disc. Okay, so this is the main menu for Possession. So let's go and have a look at the special features. We have an audio commentary with director Andrzej Zulawski, an audio commentary with co-writer Frederick Turndon. There's The Other Side of the Wall, The Making of Possession, an interview with Andrzej Zulawski, US cut of Possession, Repossessed, featurette on the US cut of Possession, A Divided City location featurette, The Sound of Possession interview with composer Andrzej Korosensky, Our Friends in the West, an interview with Christopher Ferry, Basher, poster analyst featurette, international theatrical trailer, and the US trailer. And that is the special features on Possession. As you can see, there's an array of special features on the disc. This is what I love about Umbrella. They do tend to put quite a few special features, and they normally give a slipcase and booklet. Unfortunately, the one I picked up didn't come with that, but it is what it is. What can you do? The main stars in this film is Gabrielle Azumi and Sam Neill, and they play Hannah and Mark, who are a married couple. But before we get on to that, let's get on to the story. So this story, like I said, is based on a married couple, Hannah and Mark, and they are breaking up. The marriage has gone wrong. They've got a young boy, a little baby. Well, little baby. He's probably about 6 or 7. They got a young child anyway, and they are breaking up, and it's quite a violent and aggressive sort of breakup. Sam Neill plays like a sort of spy. He's a spy, and he's come home to his wife. Now, this is based in West Germany, and they live right by the wall. And the wall was still up in separating West Germany and East Germany. It was still up at this point, and they live right by it. So they got that on their doorstep. Now, as the film sort of progresses, they get more and more violent to each other and argumentative, and it comes out that she first of all tells him that she's having an affair with this guy called, I think his name is Henrique or something like that. And Sam Neill's character Mark is trying to find out more about him, and he speaks to her friend and all this to try and get information about where he lives. And eventually she's lying to him all pretty much for the film. And she says, oh yeah, she's been having an affair with this guy for about a year, and it's because sex is better with him than it is with him. It's sort of rubbish, and it sort of drives Mark on the edge of insanity as he's trying to deal with this, and he is getting possessed with it. This story is called Possession, and there's 2 forms of possession in this film, really. On Mark's side, it's a possession of he wants to save his wife. He loves his wife and he's possessed. He's obsessed with her. and his wife's got a completely different obsession. And the film sort of plays out where they're with their breakup, and we see sort of loads of sort of things going on. And then he meets his little lad's school teacher, and they seem to be getting a sort of bond together, which is kind of helping him a little bit. But he's still going around trying to chase up this Henrique guy. He goes around to Henrique's house and sort of challenges him, and Henrique beats the shit out of him. And he then sort of goes, and this sort of thing. And we also meet Henrique's mother. As the story sort of progresses, we find out that she's lying about that. She's not been seeing Henrique. Well, I think she has, but not to the sort of like degree that she's been telling Mark. And every time she goes round to their flat to see the lad and stuff like that, they fight and they argue, and it becomes verbally aggressive, it becomes physically aggressive, and it's quite difficult to watch. And then the sort of film takes a little bit of a different sort of turn, because Mark employs a private eye to follow her, and this private eye sort of follows her about and goes to the place where she's living, and he gets killed there by her because she's hiding a deep secret. And as the film progresses, this deep secret possesses her, and she becomes more and more erratic. She becomes absolutely possessed with this thing, and it is a real disturbing movie. Really, really disturbing. So let's talk about the characters. Now, I've got to say, first of all, Hannah, played by Annabella, she plays the role amazingly. She's absolutely fantastic. When I watched The Exorcist, who's possessed by this devil, I thought, wow, that's the best possession thing I've ever seen. This blows it out of the water. There's a scene in this film where she is in this subway underpass. It's all based in Berlin, as I told you, and the possession takes hold of her, and she sort of freaks out, and it's the most scariest scene, one of the most scariest scenes I've ever seen. And then she starts bringing up this white liquid, and sort of white liquid comes out of her, and red and blood and green liquid. It's the most disturbing scene I think I've ever seen in a horror. One of the most disturbing scenes I've ever seen. It's more upsetting than the gore. There's a lot of it in this film. There's a lot of really gory murders. Mark, Sam Neill, he plays his role really well as well, but he's also freaking mad. They're both sort of like on the edge of madness, and having two collide like that is not a good recipe, especially for the poor little lad. But luckily the teacher is about for him, and the teacher sort of becomes close to him as these two go on a world of destruction to each other and everyone that surrounds them. This possession that she has, it just drives her to insanity, murder, and absolute obsession and confusion. She doesn't know what she wants, and neither does Sam Neill, because he is sort of bleeding off her possession, and he's sort of creating his own possession, and it's making him insane just as much as she. And this is how the film plays out. It's just, the characters just play it so well. We've got a few other characters, like we got Henrique. Now, he's a strange oddball in the film. I didn't really like his character. And his mother is only in it for little bits, but she's an important role. But I like the teacher. She was really sweet and really nice. And the private eyes weren't in it very much either till they got killed. But so it is really based around these two characters and the young boy. And the young boy plays his role really well as well. It's really convincing. Yeah, and they're really, really cool. They just play this sort of like insanity to the T. Let's have a final verdict. I'm going to try and score it. It's difficult. I'm torn. 9.5 out of 10. No, 10 out of 10. An essential watch. I don't know why I was going to give it a point less. I don't know why. But I don't know. Maybe I just feeling because what I've just seen, it's maybe because the story is messed up and it is confusing. It takes a lot of brain to try and figure out what the fuck's going on. It's an absolute mind fuck, this film. It really is. It really plays with your mind. But that just shows how genius and how well these two play it out within the film. It is one of the worst video nasties I've seen. It's got a lot of gore. It's extremely disturbing. And it's very sad and it's very depressing. It's an extremely downbeat film. There's not one sense of humour in the film. And it's strange, and the ending is very, very bizarre. Very strange ending. Like I said, there's all these sort of little oddball bits in the film that are going on. Obviously, Sam Neill's job as this spy. We've got these managers trying to convince him to come back and work for them, and stuff like that. And he doesn't want to because he wants to sort his marriage out. And then he's sort of like investigating his marriage that he can't solve, and it just drives him insane, just as much as she is with her possession. And it just really mind fucks you, and the ending comes, and you're thinking, what was that about? Where's that all come from? What is that about? Unless they found things, and it's sort of like, I don't know, but it's incredible. It's it's one of the best video nasties I've ever seen. But be warned, it's highly disturbing and very, very depressing. It's not something I would walk into if you don't like sort of really disturbing and sort of like scenes of possession and madness. If you don't like that, you won't like this. And there is another curveball, which I'm not going to tell you. I want you to find that out yourself if you do watch it. Possession, 10 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below what you think of it. It's an amazing film. Really, really cool. The acting is on cue. It's right up there. Really, really cool. This was banned, I believe, in not just UK but in other countries. This was banned in the UK till just a few years ago, and eventually it got a release for Second Sight. And it's, I believe the Second Sight was slightly cut. This Australian one isn't. And it's really, really cool. I believe on the, I might be wrong, but I think the Second Sight one, you get the US cut of it, which has got some cuts on it. This has got the European cut, because this is a French and German film, filmed in Berlin. Oh man, I'm still trying to get my head around by what I saw. It's just one of those really crazy, messed up films, but it was mesmerizing. It was just over 2 hours long, and it was mesmerizing. It's just so cool. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm dying to watch it again. I want to watch it with a commentary with the director, and I also want to watch the US cut of it. It's got the US cut version of it on here to see what the difference is. But there we go. guys, till my next video, check out some other channels for me. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Bizzwell. I'm Isil, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Horror House, and The Maniac. And a massive shout to my lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I'll see you all soon.